Question. DS. If m is a positive integer, is 121 a factor of m? Condition 1. 44 is the greatest common divisor of 220 and m. Condition 2. 968 is the least common multiple of 88 and m. Solution. Let us solve this DS question using the variable approach. The first theory on GCD and LCM. The greatest common divisor is the greatest common factor of two or more integers, while the least common multiple is the smallest common multiple of two or more integers. If two or more integers are expressed as products of their prime factors, then the GCD of the two or more numbers is the product of the minimum values of the exponents of each common prime factor of the numbers combined, and the LCM of the two or more numbers is the product of the maximum values of the exponents of each common prime factor of the numbers combined. Let's apply the 3 steps of variable approach. Let us follow the first step of the variable approach by modifying and rechecking the original condition and the question. We are required to verify whether 121 is a factor of m, that is, whether m equals 121 times t, or m equals 11 to the power of 2 times t, where t is a positive integer. Follow the second and the third steps. From the original condition, we have one variable, m. To match the number of variables with the number of equations, we need one equation. Since conditions 1 and 2 will provide one equation each, D would most likely be the answer. Recall 3 principles and choose D as the most likely answer. Let us take a look at each condition for the information given. Condition 1 tells us that 44 is the greatest common divisor of 220 and m. Thus, 44 equals 2 to the power of 2 times 11 is the product of the minimum values of the exponents of the common prime factors of m and 220, equals 2 to the power of 2 times 5 times 11. Since both 44 and 220 contain only one 11, and do not have 11 to the power of 2 as their factors, and the GCD is the product of the minimum values of the exponents, m can be 2 to the power of 2 times 11 to the power of 2. And then, the answer to the modified question, is m equal to 11 to the power of 2 times t, is yes. However, m can also be 2 to the power of 2 times 11, and then the answer to the modified question, is m equal to 11 to the power of 2 times t, is no. Thus, this condition has both yes and no as possible answers, so it is not sufficient by CMT1, which states that if you get yes and no as answers to the initial condition, then the condition is not sufficient. Condition 2 tells us that 968 is the least common multiple of 88 and m. Thus, 968 equals 2 to the power of 3 times 11 to the power of 2, is the product of the maximum values of the exponents of m and 88 equals 2 to the power of 3 times 11. Since 968, which is the LCM, has 11 to the power of 2 as a factor, but 88 does not have 11 to the power of 2 as a factor, m has to have 11 to the power of 2 as a factor, because the LCM is the product of the maximum values of the exponents of the prime factors of the numbers combined. Thus, this condition has yes as an answer and is sufficient by CMT1, which states that the answer will be in terms of a unique yes or no. Condition 2 alone is sufficient. This type of question also appeared in recent exams. You should memorize the formula you learned. Go for it. Thus, B is the correct answer. Answer B.